Hello and welcome to this week's angling vlog. This week you join me out on the bank and we're in search of carp on the surface. So recently you see me come here on an afternoon session after work with my little daughter, and we had plenty of bites on the surface, plenty of fun, and we got that picture that we come for of me and Abby holding a carp together. This morning when I loaded the car, I was heading out for Mr. Bream. On the water we did so well with them carp on, hoping that we could have a good day on the float and the feeder. Warm temperatures though, it just didn't feel right to target the bream, so I'm glad I put the extra gear in the car, and you do join me now on the banks of a local pool where hopefully we're going to get one or two fish on the bank. Had plenty of rain this winter and the levels on the pool are well up, and as you can see on screen, Mr. Carp loves nothing more than getting in those margins where the peg should be and rooting out for food. Walking down the bank though, we've been met with an absolute gem of an opportunity, and that is where we pick up the session now. And there's times when you need to build an opportunity, and there's times where you just need to put a piece of bread in. It is absolutely loaded with carp in this corner. Absolutely loaded. If I zoom in, there's carp there, there's carp there, there's carp absolutely everywhere. And one piece of bread I think is not going to last 2 minutes. You see there, we've just disturbed them. Let's get a piece of bread on and try and get one. And there we go, that didn't take too long, did it? The first carp of the session. It definitely won't be the last. There's a load of carp behind me and they're all coming up for bread. Not put any in at the moment, just making the most of the opportunity. It didn't take too long for this carp to find that bread. Let's get this carp straight back and let's get back out there, because in England the sun doesn't stay out for too long, so when it does we've got to make the most of it. So the second carp of the session, and we've been fishing about, what, 10 minutes. There's plenty of carp behind me, and when you find opportunities like this in spring, you make the most of it. So considering we've caught 2 carp, there's still plenty of carp mooching, and it really is a case of not, you know, how long it takes to get a bite is how long it takes a carp to find it. They're eating everything that's on the surface when it comes in. And it is just like a big patch of black just appears near your piece of bread, and it's all carp. It is an excellent opportunity. The car park behind me empty on a bank holiday weekend, and by mooching about we've found this opportunity, and it's just about now making the most of it. You can see there's plenty of carp about, and it is just a case, there you go, one's on it now. And there we go, a case of how long it takes for one to find it. What a beautiful little dark carp that is, and I think that is one of the stockies we put in maybe 2 or 3 years ago, and they were tiny. You're talking they were half a pound if that, and that looks like one of them. It was the type that went in, and I remember them going in, and if that is one of them, he's doing well, isn't he? Plenty of condition, a perfect mouth, and thank you very much. So we've had a few carp from this corner, haven't we, and we'll give them a bit of time to regroup and a bit of a rest for 5 or 10 minutes. There's still carp coming up though, which is mad. As you know on the channel, I love this type of fishing, and this week Carp launched their Progress range of luggage, so picked up one of the ruck bags, and also launched this week is one of the small tackle boxes, and I've made myself up a bit of a roving box really. You can do anything with this box. Got me scissors and baiting needles should we do that type of fishing, but it's really for picking up, you know, floater fishing and opportunist fishing like this, whether on the river or the still water. And I've got everything I need in there. Today we'll just be using a packet of hooks because we're free lining, but we can put a bomb on and go a bit further out. We can float fish. Yeah, nice little box, dead easy to grab, and it fits perfectly in the side pocket of the rucksack. So with this type of fishing, you really don't know what you're going to come up against, especially with the UK weather. Today though, just put a bit of bread in, some scales, Got another little tackle box at the bottom with more on the bottom type stuff in here. Got a couple of leads, and in the bottom I've got my pack away sling should we need to weigh a fish, and some more scales. Nice and compact, and everything I need just for a little opportunistic session. I chucked it in the car this morning. Well, as opportunities go, we've definitely found one. And look at the cake hole on that. The bread went straight down, no messing. And another one of those pristine commons. Great fun in this early spring sun. And boy am I glad I put this gear in the car. Opportunities like this, you've just got to take. So we've left them fish around the corner to have a good rest. And the beauty of this pool is there's plenty of little nooks and crannies, especially with the water levels up a bit, where these carp can come and mooch. And there's been a few carp coming up. I have been moving the bread away from the smaller ones. I was wondering what tackle we're using today. We're using the Omega float rod. We've got a switch reel with 8-pound line. Just allows us to target any pool really, and it's straight through to a hook. It's as simple as that. There's one or two more carp taking the bread there, but still doing battle with this slightly better one. It does look like a better one. So loading the car this morning, bream we're going to be the target. Bit too warm for that today, so we decided to go for Mr. Carp, and boy was that a good decision. A beautiful carp going over double figures. Just sat here chilling out. That was a lovely fish, that was. Put a bit more bread on the pool down there, and just going to watch the water. There is a nice ghosty going about, but as you can see, you know, actually catching another carp isn't really going to be difficult. It's more the case now of trying to select the better ones, but in the end I know I'll give in and just cast in and try and catch one, because it's too good of an opportunity to miss. But a bit more bread out. I'm gonna have 5 minutes chilling out, and then we'll have another go. Well, 5 minutes might be an exaggeration. Maybe it was 3.5 maybe. Before the cast back in. The carp were just coming up. It was too good of an opportunity to miss, and casting past that bunch towards the back, I think we've made contact with another slightly better one. But great fun, and a great way to spend an afternoon. The noise of the road just melts away at times, and it's just you, the fish, and a rod. Mr. Carp's coming up again at the back. Days like this you have to make the most of, because there'll be times you come on later on and it'll be a lot harder and frustrating, so you make the most of these opportunities. And another one of those kamikaze commons goes mad in the net, and great battle again. Great seeing them lips come up and that bread disappear. So a little hint and tip for getting your bread, you know, your freebies out to the spot. What I do is I munch them up like that, just squeeze them together into a ball. It'll give it weight, and then when it hits the water like that, they'll all break apart. You can see there the individual pieces now all breaking apart, and that's how you can bait up a distance with floating crust. You can see I've put a couple of pieces out there, but you just squeeze it into a ball, and then when it hits the water it all breaks up like that. So there is like a ghosty knocking about the pool, and it just come up for some bread over them lilies over there, them reeds, and this guy come in and gate crashed the party. Now the ghosty is quite a decent fish, and I imagine anything that swims round with it is going to be decent as well, so good chance it could be a nice fish, but he definitely gate crashed the party. I was watching it over there, orange carp coming up to me bread, and then from nowhere this guy come in before I could move it. So that orange ghost carp does look like a nice fish, and I wonder how many times over the years this one's been the fall guy for it. It was coming up to it and he snook in, proper nick that bread, but great fun on light tackle regardless. So I'm in the doghouse as always. I'm supposed to be home about an hour ago. We're making our way back to the car slowly, and I was on my way back, but how can you not have a cast in that? It's a perfect holding place for Mr. Carp. We've caught loads of carp today that have not blogged, them little small commons. but it'd be cheeky not to have one more cast, wouldn't it? It didn't take too long for the bread to disappear and one of them kamikaze commons on the end. It has got me thinking you'd have a very good day on here on the method, you know, a busy day and loads of fun. It might be something to come and do. It is busy and loud with the road, but we have plenty of bites today, and this most certainly will be the last one. So we started today with a kamikaze common, and we're going to end the session with one it looks like. So many bites today, it's been really good fun catching these carp off the top. This will be the last fish if we make it back to the car in the background, and all that remains is for me to wish you all tight lines in your own fishing. It'd be great if you could like and subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch you all next week. Tight lines.